me start with this, Nick, right? Kyle Shanahan should be appreciative. You better be appreciative. And I get it, he's the boy wonder, he's the offensive genius. But he hadn't done a thing as a head coach without Jimmy G. He's 8-28 as a head coach without Jimmy G and 31-14 with him. So you can poo-poo the wins all you want, Nick, but that's the bottom line. Just win. And that's what Jimmy G does. Now, let me say this. I am not against the Niners handing the team over to Trey Lance. I'm fine with Lynch and Shanahan saying that yesterday. Look, you gave up a lot to give him. He does have potential, it looks like, and talent. Let's give it a shot. Cool. But why jettison Jimmy G if you can't trade him? If you can trade him, fine. But if you can't, why cut him? All right, look, Jimmy G has shown, Nick, and you have to admit this, he's a professional. Last year, he didn't cry about them bringing in his replacement. He mentored him to some degree. Why couldn't he mentor him this year as a backup? He's not going to squawk. He's not going to make noise. And you see Jimmy G's numbers. Look, top 10 in all those. Completion percentage, yards per attempt. Yards per completion actually led the league in that.
Yards per
completion.
completion.
And it wasn't all Debo and those guys running after the ball. Some of it, but not all of it. All right, so Jimmy G, I say they should keep him, Nick, for insurance. What if Trey Lance gets hurt? Last year, he only played 3 games, had a finger injury, and had a strained knee. This is a team built to win now. If he gets hurt, you got a ready-made guy to put in there. What if he's not ready? He wouldn't be the first quarterback to not be ready to take a team to the conference championship game in his second season. He's had 1 full year as a starter in college, and that was at the FCS level. All right, so I'm just saying, I'm not saying you got to start Jimmy G. I'm saying you should keep him as insurance. You can handle the money, the $26 million. It's not going to kill you. 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, that's an explicit.
And last thing, Nick.
It's going to hurt you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Last thing.
Really?
I want to hear it. And then go ahead. Yeah.
Last thing is this.
I want to hear the last thing.
What if Trey is not ready? That doesn't mean he won't be good going forward, but let's say this year he's just not ready. Do you think the players in that locker room who already love Jimmy G aren't going to start thinking, yo, we could have kept Jimmy G. We could have got to, he took it to the NFC title game and the Super Bowl in his 2 healthy seasons.
Now I'll go.
That could happen in the locker room.
Because they know he didn't take them anywhere. He was along for the ride.
They love Jimmy G.
And in those playoff games, Brew, can we show a meaningful graphic? Can we show what Jimmy G did in the most important time of those playoff games? Oh, the worst in the NFL in 30 years. That is Jimmy G, 3 awful quarterbacks, and a low-key damn Drew Bledsoe. That's rough. Like, come on. The players in the locker room know that. Everybody knows this is over.
Really?
Except for Brew. And Brew, I guess, knows it's over, but doesn't want to accept that it's over. I mean, something funny happened yesterday. Yesterday, I was making my daily sojourn to the local bodega, and the fellas who stand outside the bodega get my sports takes occasionally, and one of them stopped me and said, "Hey, Nick." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I think Brew's mad at you, man." I was like, "Nah, Brew and I are cool." He's like, "Nah, man. Ranking MJ third, I think he's really mad at you." And I'm like, well, it happened. Sometimes I think people are concerned about me and Brew's relationship. I adore Chris Broussard, which is why it makes it so painful for me, Wilds, to reveal this confidence. America, this morning, Chris Broussard was scanning every newspaper in America trying to find a last Jimmy G life raft, and finally texted us a link from the San Jose Mercury News and was like, "Guys, I don't know if it's over." The old Dieter Kurtenbach column that we all read every morning seems to be holding out hope that Jimmy G could stay. Listen, I understand that from your newspaper days, you have installed in your house one of those microfiche systems where you can scan every newspaper in America and find things. But, Brew, everybody knows it's a wrap. It's done. And the idea that you are still holding on to this idea that the Niners players want Jimmy G is beyond me. Wilds, one of my favorite things about being in sports media rather than news media is we have these arguments and debates, and then more often than not on like a GOAT debate, but on a who's going to win a game or who's going to win a competition, we get a result. And we get to find out who's right and who's wrong. And on the Jimmy G thing, I was right, guys. The Niners have surveyed the landscape and said, we don't want him. And 31 other teams, Wilds, have surveyed Jimmy G's career and said, we don't want him. Oh, really? Why is no one trading for him?
Correcting,
Tell me.
Wilds.
Why? Tell me.
Correcting.
Tell me.
The money. Just like Baker Mayfield. The loot.
Brew.
You know
Did Baker get traded? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, after he took a pay cut, after he gave up money, he literally paid to get traded.
Okay, that's fine. So Jimmy G, is he not willing to do that? I don't know. Here's what I do know. He's going to get cut. If nobody trades for him, he's going to get cut, and that money's going to go to zero. It's going to go to zero. He has $25 million for a quarterback that you two have told me is a good quarterback. You guys haven't said he's great, but you guys have said he's a good quarterback. The rest of the league disagrees with you because Marcus Mariota's a starter, Mitch Trubisky's a starter, Drew Lock's a starter, Tua Tagovailoa's a starter with Jimmy's former offensive coordinator as the head coach there, and Jimmy G, they let him come into the building to have a doctor's exam and then kicked him out because they're terrified of him getting hurt again and then being on the hook for $7 million, Wilds.
Okay, that's fair. Broussard, can I meet you in the middle? And perhaps Jimmy G's winning aura would be too much and would distract Trey Lance. It's the same reason that the Patriots had to get rid of Cam Newton. Cam said, you know what? My aura is too powerful and would hurt Mac Jones' development. So I do believe the 49ers are making the right move as much as I love Mr. Handsome, Jimmy G, and those Subway commercials.
What?
When you have a little bit of an established quarterback there, I think it hurts. The Patriots got rid of Cam. It's like, all right, it's your squad. The Jets got rid of Sam Darnold and then had to do a musical chair as a quarterback. So all of a sudden it was Mike White. We're like, man, is this guy the future? But Sam Darnold was gone. The Panthers had to get rid of Gardner and his beautiful mustache to give the team to Trevor Lawrence. The team that didn't do it were the silly Bears, who had this odd Andy Dalton thing, and then Nick Foles popped up out of nowhere. It's like, by the way, I won a Super Bowl. I'm a starter in this league. And I think that ended up hurting Justin Fields. So as much as I want to roll with you on Jimmy G, I think it's the 49ers are doing the right thing, but not because he's not good, because he might be too good, Broussard. I meet you guys in the
Well, you meant the Jags. You meant the Jags with Minshew
I'm sorry, Jacksonville.
Lawrence. Yeah. Right. Look, as much as I back Jimmy G, because I'm about wins, I'm not about feelings and sentiments like some people on this show. I'm about W's, and Jimmy G delivers. So as much as I'm about that, I wouldn't say he has this great aura, though, Wilds. He's not Cam Newton.
Oh.
And by the way, what did Mac Jones shrink at the sight of Cam Newton? Mac Jones showed you that he's got the heart to go in there. He's got the leadership to go in there. And even though it was Cam Newton's team, as bad as Cam was, you know they loved him. Belichick loved him. Mac Jones took the team. Why can't Trey Lance do that?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.